Welcome to Pale Blue Pod, the astronomy podcast for people who are overwhelmed by the universe but still want to be its friend.
Yes, that's me. I'm one of those. I'm Corinne Caputo. I'm a writer and a friend to many, including my co-host here.
Yes, I am a friend to you and a friend to the universe, and lately also a friend to myself. I'm learning.
That's
hi,
so
everyone.
important.
Thanks. It's been a real journey.
It's hard to be your own friend.
Yes, it is. Although not so hard when you're very awesome.
And it gets easier all the time.
I'm Dr. Moiya McTier. I'm an astrophysicist, a folklorist, and a fan of ice cream, even though I shouldn't be because I'm kind of lactose intolerant.
Moiya, same. I feel like we all are in a way, and that's fine.
Yes. And this is how I find my people.
Yes.
Like the people who know they're lactose intolerant, but still will come with me to an ice cream shop.
Mm-hmm. I love ice cream shops.
Yes, and we know it's going to be real good because it has two P's. In the name. It's course. The ice cream shop.
It's the shoppe.
Shoppe. Do you have a go-to? What are you going to order?
Okay, my big thing with going to ice cream shops like this is that it's such a large menu usually that I'm like really afraid I'm going to miss out on a better flavor because like I kind of need to take in all of it and then I can start whittling it down.
That's a nice strategy.
But it depends if I'm going for chocolate or not. Like, do I want a chocolate base or do I want like a fruity base or do I want like something more neutral, vanilla. I love vanilla. And, like, what kind of chunks do I want? Do I want, like, a peanut butter filling? Do I want a raspberry something?
So many decisions.
Yeah. And I don't get toppings. I don't get sprinkles, and I don't get syrups.
Wow.
I also think it's a texture thing.
You're an ice cream purist.
Yeah. I just want to experience that ice cream.
Okay.
One thing at a time.
Well, this is a really, really long line at the ice cream shoppe, so we will have to decide what to get by the end of the episode. Okay. And I'm not sure either. I walked in today, I was feeling something like maybe a cookies and cream base. But we'll see. We'll have to see.
We'll see.
Yeah, you're right. It's a big menu. But it's a long line, so we have plenty of time to chat, and since it's getting warm out, at least in the northern hemisphere where we are, and it's starting to get cold down to our southern hemisphere friends. That means it's about to be a solstice.
Yay!
Yay! And that means it's time for us to tell you what you can see in the sky over the next few months. So summer in the northern hemisphere and winter in the southern hemisphere will officially start on the June solstice on June 20th, not June 21st. So it starts a day earlier.
Yes.
Very exciting. And there's so much exciting stuff that you'll be able to see for the next 3 months. That's what I have prepared for you. Corinne, is there anything you are really hoping to see over the next few months?
I just love a summer night sky. It's just got a different vibe to it. Usually I'm more relaxed and I'm with friends and it's like later out than I would normally be outside during any other season. So there's just something very like cozy about it to me.
Yeah. It's interesting for stargazing because summer is the season where we have the least access to the stars.
Sure.
Because the days are longer and the nights are shorter.
But I really take it in.
Yeah. We're more likely to take it in because it's not going to be bitter and freezing while we're outside trying to look up at the sky. Like, it's actually going to be comfortable. This is a good time to look up. But for our friends down in the south, you have milder winters anyway, so it's fine.
I am excited. I really want to see meteors. I love, like, a shooting star situation.
Did you get to see any in the last year?
Last summer I did it must have been late August when I saw some. We were on a lake, and we had a really clear night the first night, so we just kind of we just laid on the dock, and I swear looked at the sky for an hour.
Beautiful. Okay.
Wait, did the Northern Lights at all touch? I guess this is going to be so old by the time this episode comes out. I miss them.
Yeah, I miss them. I don't know if other people in New York City saw them, but it was cloudy and we're super light polluted. I couldn't see anything.
Some people in Portland, or maybe they weren't in Portland, Maine, but they were like in Maine, saw them. And we had left town for that night, and we're like, should we still go, or should we try to see this? whatever.
Yeah, I felt major FOMO. I had friends in like Michigan, some in Florida, some in like Chicago.
My whole feed was like other people's pictures, and then I was like, well, I saw the eclipse.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I saw a couple nice memes, like the distracted boyfriend meme, but it was the eclipse, and then he was looking at the aurora.
Scott Reynolds, one of our patrons and listeners, posted that one.
Amazing.
There was also one I saw that was, have you seen that video where it's just a guy that says, I don't care if something good happened to you, it should have happened to me instead. And it was that, but it said, I don't care if you saw the Northern Lights, it should have happened to me instead.
Yeah. It's still on my bucket list.
Yeah.
To see them. So I'll have to make a trek. But I did not include the Northern Lights.
No, why would you? How would we know if it would come?
I couldn't have known. Also, so the Northern Lights, that's the Aurora Borealis, and then the Southern Lights are the Aurora Australis. And in the winter, we are heading into the winter time for the Southern Hemisphere when they are more likely to see the Aurora Australis. So yay.
Yay.
For the South. So normally I do this in chronological order. I like go through time over the summer, but now I've decided to group it by category. So I have some stuff about the moon, and then planets, and then comets and meteors, and then some miscellaneous space things that you can be on the lookout for.
Love it.
And a lot of these are going to be very similar to what we covered in last year's summer sky episode because, we're in the same part of our orbit around the sun. We're going to see very similar things in the night sky. But this is a good reminder. Or if you missed that first episode, it's a good first time hearing this information. All of the full moons have fun names, and I like talking about them, but here's also when you can expect to have the different full moons. So the June full moon will happen right after the solstice. On June 22nd, we have a full moon, and it's sometimes called the strawberry moon, or the rose moon, or the honey moon, because of the
Those
bees
are
making
good
their
names.
honey. Yeah. Corinne, what else would you perhaps call the June full moon?
Well, June moon has a ring to it.
Oh, it so does.
But I love strawberry moon. Strawberry moon's really cute to me.
Mm-hmm. Especially because it kind of like it has the craters.
And that is strawberry season, so it's a nice reminder to go pick your strawberries before the season ends.
Mm-hmm. You wouldn't call it the Corinne moon?
Well, my birthday's July.
Is it July? Okay, never mind. We'll save it.
I'll be the next moon.
I always get June and July confused.
Same.
So, yeah, we'll call it the June moon, the strawberry moon. Its names are already great. About a month later, on July 21st, this can be the Corinne moon.
Yeah.
Yes, very close. It's the full moon, sometimes called the buck moon, or the thunder moon, or the hay moon.
Okay, these names are different energy than strawberry moon. They're a little more rugged. They're a little more strong. They're not very Corinne.
Yeah, you're in the thick of summer.
Yeah.
You're dealing with the brambles.
Yes.
It's the most intense heat, so you're sweaty. This is the rugged part of summer.
Feels like a dog moon, like the dog days of summer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything's sticking to you. Well, the dog days of summer is from the dog star or Isis coming up over Egypt, so that would be more like in August.
Oh, okay. Well, save it for next one.
Okay. August's full moon is very exciting, Corinne.
It is?
It happens on August 19th. It's a full moon, and it's a blue moon.
Blue moon is the second time you get a full moon in a month.
Oh, this is really fascinating, Corinne. I dug into the history, the etymology, and the folklore of blue moons.
Okay.
And it goes back hundreds of years, and there are multiple definitions for a blue moon.
Okay.
So there are, like modern times, there are two kind of like technical definitions that are accepted. One of them is the second full moon in a calendar month, but that was added later. That was a later addition, and that's not very rare.
Okay.
Because
I was going to say that
our
feels more common than the phrase once in a blue moon.
Yes. Well, once in a blue moon is meant to be never, because it came from this common phrase that was like, oh, I'll do that thing when the moon turns blue, which is supposed to be like, it's never going to turn blue.
Okay.
And so that's why we have the phrase once in a blue moon. But this second full moon in a calendar month thing happens every couple of years. I think it's about as common as a total lunar eclipse.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll bet on that.
One definition is the second full moon in a calendar month, which is very doable because almost all of our months except February are longer than the period of the moon. So it's possible. But the more traditional definition for a blue moon is that it's the third full moon in a season that is going to have 4 full moons.
Okay.
Which seems kind of convoluted. Like, why not just let it be the 4th full moon in the season?
So do seasons typically have 4?
Seasons typically have 3.
Okay,
it's like
so this is the
per month.
Yeah, so why would this one not be the bonus moon?
Why not? Yeah.
No, it's like we honor what should have been the last moon.
I guess so.
Then
that's such a good point. Yeah, so that's called the seasonal blue moon, the third of 4. And there actually is another definition of a blue moon, the very obvious one where the moon visibly looks blue, and that has happened before. It's not like a naturally occurring phenomenon like the blood moon where it looks red because of the light bending through Earth's atmosphere. But in 1883, the Krakatoa volcano erupted and put so much dust in the atmosphere that it actually made the moon look blue for like 2 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that's one definition of it. But no, when I say that the August moon is a blue moon, I'm going by the seasonal blue moon definition. So it is the third of 4 for the Northern Hemisphere summer.
Okay.
The August full moon is often called the sturgeon moon. Do you know what a sturgeon is?
I've heard the sturgeon moon before, but I don't know what it means.
I'll tell you that a sturgeon is a type of animal. What type of animal do you think it is? Just guess.
Like a cervid, like a deer or a...
Like a cervid?
I think that's what they are, right?
No, it is. Yeah. I was not expecting you to use like their Latin like family name.
Like that category of animal. I don't even know what's in the cervid category besides deer.
Like moose and...
Yeah.
No, it's not a cervid.
I was gonna... Is it like a fish or something?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not...
Yes.
Sturgeon feels like so, I don't know, like not regal, but like holds weight. Like there's gravity to a sturgeon being around, but it's just... Sorry, it's fish. It's just a fish.
It's just a fish.
Some fish can be scary.
Yes. Sorry to all the fish out there, but a sturgeon, it's just a fish. And this is the time of year where the sturgeon would be available for fishing. It would be like ready.
It's sturgeon season.
It's sturgeon season, yes. But it was also sometimes called the green corn moon. Because this is the stage in corn's growth where it looks green, and the grain moon, because lots of grains are growing around this time.
And it's back to school season, the back to school moon.
In August?
Don't some people go back to school in August?
The precocious ones?
Yeah. New York starts after Labor Day, but...
Yeah, in the woods, we started in September.
You had that classic school schedule.
Yeah. The kids needed to be out on the farm for as long as they could.
Hey, it's not blue corn moon yet.
And then in September, we have the 4th full moon of the season. It gets no distinction. We don't care what color it is. But this year... it's making its own distinction. It's like, I refuse to be overshadowed by the blue moon in August. I'm going to kick off a period of supermoons.
Yay!
So in September, we have the first of 3 supermoons. It's very exciting. The moon is at its closest approach to the Earth. So it's at perigee, and that means it looks up to 10% bigger than it usually does.
I love a big moon.
Me too. Yeah, I'm a moon girly, and I want as much moon as I can get. The September full moon is called the corn moon. After the green corn moon comes the corn moon, and also the harvest moon sometimes.
Sometimes.
And very exciting, I almost forgot, on September 18th, when you have the full moon, we also are going to have a partial lunar eclipse.
Yay!
Yay! Yeah, it's going to be visible by most of the world because unlike solar eclipses, lunar eclipses are for the people.
Okay.
I think, like half the world is going to be able to see it, like as long as it's nighttime for them at the appropriate time. So I think Australia is out of luck, but like most other people will get to see it. And it's going to last a couple of hours, but it's just partial. But it's really cool. Like, you can't really see a partial solar eclipse with your eyes. You need to use the glasses. But you can see a partial lunar eclipse.
Moiya, I went to the eye doctor.
Yes, an update.
And I got a new prescription, which is great. But he showed me these eclipse glasses that another patient had brought in. Mm-hmm. And this person put a pinhole through both of the lenses.
No, why?
I don't know. I gasped.
So it shines right on your cornea.
I think that, like, he was like, oh, these glasses, you can't see through these glasses. As if they had another function beyond looking directly at the sun.
Oh, no.
And because the first time I held eclipse glasses, I was like, wait, these, what do these do? And then it was like, go look, put them on and look at the sun. And then, you're like, oh, that's what they're for. So it seems like he just heard of the eclipse, ordered the glasses, thought that they were maybe broken. I don't know. But he apparently did it for like a second and was like, and it hurt, and he looked away and didn't do it again and went to the eye doctor. But I have been in shock. I've been shook from this.
Yeah.
Nobody do that.
I wonder if he heard about the eclipse glasses and then also heard about the pinhole cameras.
You're so right. It was like an overlap of ways to view the eclipse.
Mm-hmm. Like, if I just put a pinhole in the eclipse glasses, I double up. That's not how it works.
Yep. Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
Wow. My heart and my eyes go out to that opportunity for learning that man just had.
Exactly. And the doctor said he was fine. Good. He did tell me that.
Good. Are your eyes okay?
They're good. I just needed to get a new prescription. My eyeglasses, I picked them up one morning and one of the arms stayed behind on the table. Like I was like, when could that have happened? So I really need a new pair of glasses, but I was like, I just know this prescription's not right. Mm-hmm. So now I'm seeing in 4K.
Nice. It's probably time for me to get a new prescription. I've had this for a couple years.
Just gotta get a tune-up.
Yeah. Okay, that's all the moon stuff. There are going to be a couple times where the moon passes in front of planets, but I feel like, is that exciting to just to look at the moon and know that there's a planet behind it? Would that excite you?
Not really, because I'm going to assume there's always something behind the moon. Like,
yeah.
Unless it was so bright
too.
that, like, the moon was illuminated differently or something. But I don't, that kind of backlight might not do it.
Yeah, I mean, like, right before the moon covers it, you'll get to see the moon and the planet right next to each other, and that would be cool. Yeah.
They'll kiss.
So I think at some point in the summer, Saturn's going to pass behind the moon. Mm-hmm. So at some point, they'll be really close together. Oh, but it is time to talk about planets. Yes.
Yay.
Okay. So the planets are going to be doing some cool things for the next couple of months. In July, on July 22nd, right after the full moon, Mercury is going to be at what we call the greatest eastern elongation. That's the point where, from our perspective, it looks like it's to the left of the sun. Mm-hmm. And that is a special time and a good time to observe Mercury because it's going to be at its highest point above the horizon in the evenings because it's furthest away from the sun. So the time to look for Mercury is right after sunset, and it's going to be low in the western sky, a little bit above the horizon.
Cool.
It's going to be a little tiny bright speck.
Is that a great time to view Mercury for an astronomer who's like studying Mercury, or just great for the naked eye?
Great for the naked eye.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when you'll be able to see it. I guess that might make it a better time to study from an astronomer's perspective, but I mean, the telescopes we have are really powerful in our solar system, so like we're fine. Yeah.
I'm like, that would be a shame if they can't take a July vacation because Mercury's nearby.
So that's the best time to see it. You'll be able to just look out to the sky, and on July 22nd, if you see a bright spot right above the western horizon, that's going to be Mercury after sunset. And then half of a Mercurian orbit later, so Mercury orbits the sun every 88 days. So about half of that orbit later, on September 5th, Mercury is going to be at its greatest western elongation, so on the other side of the sun. And that's another great time to view it, except it will be visible just before sunrise instead of just after sunset. And so you'll look to the eastern sky just above the horizon right before sunrise to see Mercury. Just a few days later, on September 8th, we have Saturn at opposition, which means that Saturn is on the other side of us opposite the sun. So it's an opposition related to the sun. Basically, it means Saturn is in full phase because it's going to be fully illuminated by the sun from our point of view. This is also the closest to Earth that Saturn is going to get in our respective orbits, and it's going to be the brightest that it will be all year in our sky. So on September 8th, go out and you'll be able to see Saturn with just your eyes, but you won't be able to see its rings. To see its rings, you need about 30 times magnification. You won't be able to get that with binoculars, unless they're like really, really fancy, but you can do that with pretty much any basic telescope.
Cool.
But there should also be a lot of observing events in your area around that time, because astronomy clubs and departments love to show people the rings of Saturn. So around September 8th, this will be great because it's also like schools are newly back in session. So if you live near a university, check out some local observing opportunities. Like someone is going to be out on the sidewalk with a telescope, and you might be able to see Saturn's rings with your own eyes.
Cool. I want to see that.
I've seen it. It's really cool.
Yeah, I want to put that on the calendar.
Yeah, you can see the rings. You can see like Jupiter's red spot if you have a nice telescope. Like, it's wild to just see those things that usually you only see in pictures. And on September 20th, Neptune is going to be doing the same thing. We have Neptune at opposition, so it's in full phase, and it's the brightest it will be. So you should be able to see them like right overhead at midnight because they're directly opposite the sun. That means that they'll be really high in the dead of night.
Ooh, spooky.
Spooky. That's the planet stuff. The lists that I look at for astronomical events don't include like things going into retrograde motion or anything. Yeah. So I don't know if what's going to be happening there, but the planets, they are a-moving. Rest assured, they are all moving in the same direction. And if one of them does go into retrograde, that is just an optical illusion from our point of view.
But boy, does it affect your horoscope.
Hey friends, Dr. Moiya here. We made it to the front of the line and Corinne is ordering for us. I decided to go with a root beer float. I don't know why it took me so long to figure that out. That's obviously what my soul wants all the time. And she didn't tell me for sure, but I think Corinne's going to go with like a classic fudgy chocolate. Just no sprinkles, no toppings, no anything. But while she is ordering, I wanted to take some time to thank our patrons who support the show every single month, especially our sun-like stars. Thank you so much, Lissa, Scott Reynolds, Ian O'Leary, Augustin, and Tom T. You are beautiful and golden. And thank you also to our latest pre-main sequence star, Hannah Whitman. You condensed so beautifully from your gas cloud. I'm so proud of you. If you are not already a patron, you can join this amazing club of people. You can support us, and you can hear your name on the show, and even make it to our patron star chart, all by supporting us on Patreon for just about $1 per episode. And if you sign up for an annual membership up front, so pay for a whole year at once, you end up getting a 13% discount. That's 1 percentage point for every constellation along the ecliptic, which is the path of the sun. You can find our star chart, our Patreon info, and more at our website, palebluepod.com. Or if you already know you want to support us on Patreon financially, you can go to patreon.com/palebluepod. Of course, if you can't support us financially, that's totally fine. You're still space, so we love you and so does the universe. There are other ways that you can support the show and help us grow. One great way to do that is to rate and review the show on whatever app you use. I love reading your reviews, so please give me more to read. Another great way to help us grow is to share the show with your friends by physically sending them a link to an episode. I'm sure they would appreciate it because you're sharing something you love with them. They get to hear a cool new podcast, and we get to meet new friends of the universe. Everyone wins, and we're all happy. I also have a podcast recommendation for you. It might sound like a little self-promo because it's my other podcast that I host, but who cares? Because I love both of my podcasts equally. The other podcast that I host is kind of dipping into my expertise as a folklorist. It is called Exolore, EXOLORE. It's a show about facts-based fictional world building. I started this show 4 years ago, but it has even deeper roots than that. I've been teaching fictional world building as workshops, as classes. I've traveled the world to teach people how to build worlds from scratch using science and facts as a foundation. And so in Exolore, I often invite guests to help me imagine a brand new fictional world from scratch based on their ideas and our combined expertise. I've built or have imagined worlds that didn't orbit stars, worlds that were extremely magnetically active, worlds that were alive, worlds where we knew we wanted everyone to be super queer. Like that is the type of thing you can do with fictional world building. But I also invite experts in world building itself to explore other facets of this skill and to analyze fictional worlds that already exist, like both of the Avatars, Wheel of Time, Lord of the Rings, you name it. So I really enjoy making Exolore. It is kind of my brain baby, and I think you might like it too if you like to learn and if you like to be exposed to new perspectives. So check out Exolore wherever you get your podcasts. It's EXOLORE. New episodes come out every Thursday. Okay, Corinne has ordered. We still have to wait for our ice cream, but while we're doing that, let's finish this episode.
Corinne, you said you wanted to see some meteors. We have a couple of meteor showers on July 28th. Oh, so close.
That's the night before my birthday.
Yes, this is actually going to peak the
news.
Night and then lead into your birthday.
What a way to usher in this year.
So on Corinne's birthday eve, aka July 28th, the Delta Aquarids meteor shower is going to peak. It's actually going to be showering from July 12th to August 23rd, but it peaks on the 28th and 29th.
That's actually so exciting.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, you should be. Unfortunately, it is best viewed from the south, like from the southern hemisphere.
No!
But you might be able to see some things.
That's okay. I don't have plans. Maybe I'll go south.
Yeah. You're like, Eli, we're going.
We gotta go. Get up.
They do this every year around this time.
Yeah.
So this could be your birthday tradition.
My annual
you could
trip.
go see the deltas. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They are best viewed from the southern hemisphere, and they're an intermediate brightness meteor shower. At its peak, you'll see about 20 meteors per hour.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah, it's nothing to scoff at. And the meteors themselves, they are debris left over from two comets. One is called Marsden, and one is called Crocked. And I looked it up. It is not named after James Marsden. It is, in fact, named after Dr. Brian Marsden, who discovered the Marsden group of comets.
Okay, that makes more sense.
It does make more sense. But I checked because I care about you.
Yes.
So that's where we get this meteor shower from. The Earth is passing through the debris field that these comets very rudely left behind because one of them was on his way to make a movie with Sonic. And then we have another meteor shower that does run for about the same time. It's showering from July 17th to August 24th. So lots of overlap with the Delta Aquarids. But this one is the Perseids meteor shower. It's going to peak around August 12th. And this is a big one. This is one of the bigger, brighter meteor showers that we can see throughout the year. It's 60 meteors per hour at its peak, which is a lot. And this one is better seen from the northern hemisphere. So people here in the north, you'll have a better chance of seeing this. The meteors that produce this little light show, they are actually debris. So we are passing through a debris field from the comet Swift-Tuttle, which was discovered in 1862.
Ooh, I have heard of that before, that one.
Yeah, we talked about it last year when we covered the Perseids. Because this is another annual meteor shower. We're going to pass through them at the same point in our orbit.
Love it.
And now some miscellany, some random things that you might see out in space, or that we might experience. Like on July 5th, Earth is going to be at its furthest point from the sun. And I love this fact. I use this when I'm teaching people about the seasons because a lot of people think that when you're closer to the sun, that's when you have summer. Mm-hmm. But that would make zero sense because our hemispheres experience summer and winter at opposite times. So I like to tell people that during the northern hemisphere's summer, we are actually the furthest from the sun that we will ever be. Mm-hmm. So we are, on July 5th, we are going to be about 94.5 million miles away from the sun instead of our normal 93 million.
That is a huge difference. There's a 1.5 million mile difference between these two things. That is we are really moving.
You're right. Space is really big and things move really fast.
Wow.
93 million miles. And that's the closest.
Yeah.
The closest to us. Another nice thing about this summer, at least for us northern hemisphere winter babies, is the constellations that make up our zodiac signs are finally visible because they are not visible when we were born. So I am a Capricorn, and the Capricornus constellation is finally going to be visible in the sky. It's up from June to October.
Oh, that's a long time.
Really peaks. Well, they're all technically visible for about 6 months out of the year, depending on latitude and stuff. That's going from horizon to horizon, but they all have good viewing for about 3 months.
Sure. Okay.
So Capricornus will have good viewing from June to October, and then Aquarius from July to November, and then Pisces from August to December. So look out for your constellation if you feel any sort of kinship with it. And speaking of constellations, there are some really cool dark constellations that become visible, especially in the southern hemisphere. So the Inca dark constellation that is shaped like a serpent, I think its name is Machacue, that becomes visible around August. So we can look forward to that. Mm-hmm. And the reason that a lot of cultures in the southern hemisphere have dark constellations is because the southern hemisphere faces the galactic center. So they, in the south, they have a much better view of the Milky Way with all of its dusty, inky voids, and they make shapes out of those dark voids. Which I absolutely love. So the Incas have some dark constellations. The indigenous people in Australia have some really cool dark constellations. And in the summer, we are on the same side of the sun as the galactic center.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. I'm glad that makes... I saw you thinking through it.
Yes.
I'm glad that makes sense. Great. And so we are facing the Sagittarius constellation is where the galactic center is. So we can study the black hole at the center of our galaxy. Mm-hmm. We can study those things because we are facing the galactic center now that it's June.
Love that. When I saw the Milky Way on the beach one night years ago, it was in the summer. So we must have been looking right at it.
Nice. That's so beautiful. Yeah, I went to Chile in July of 2018, I think. And I saw my shadow cast by the Milky Way for the first time.
That's so cool.
I think I could just start to see the big llama dark constellation that they have in South America. So yeah, it was a cool time.
Love it.
Cool stuff is going to be visible. The large and small Magellanic Clouds will come up in the next few months, especially if you live in the southern hemisphere. Some of your favorite constellations are visible, and at least in the north, it's finally going to be warm enough to go do some stargazing. So I hope that you take advantage of the weather and also the longer days, but pay attention to stuff that comes out at night.
Yay!
Do you have any questions or comments about observing for the next few months before we go into our little game?
I'm just excited. No questions, just like ready to go. And I'll just open up. Eli has some app on his phone that like tells you what you're looking at. So I'll be putting all my questions on him.
That's nice. Yeah, I'm so excited. I can't remember the last time I was so excited for summer.
Yeah, this year it really is it.
Yeah, and I'm out of school. Even when I was in grad school, summer didn't mean anything different. I still had to like keep doing research and stuff. So maybe not since I was in like middle school. Have I been so excited just because of the warmth. I think I'm at that age now where I just really crave the warmth, and I'm starting to understand why people retire in Florida. I get it now.
I get it.
But it is summer, which means, well, for us, I'm sorry, I don't mean to always have this be such like a Northern Hemisphere centric podcast, but for Corinne and I, it's summer. And that means it's a time for fun, distracting games. Yay! And that's what we're going to play. We're going to play a game of Would You Rather Summer Edition. Yes. Corinne and I have come up with a few questions, and I don't know. I feel like she's always surprising, so I expect that she's going to surprise me with some of her answers.
I tried to keep these space-oriented, and that immediately went out the window. So...
Okay, do you want to go first?
Yeah. This one I think is easy, but I think they get harder. Would you rather go to Love Island or to the beach that makes you old? And the theme here was summer.
You say the beach that makes you, like there is a...
So that is a movie called Old, where they go to the beach and they get old at the beach. It's a scary movie.
Okay, this is quite an easy would you rather. I would definitely go on Love Island.
Okay.
Part of me, like, just low-key wants to go on Love Island.
Yes. The U.S. version this summer is hosted by Ariana Madix of Vanderpump Rules. So this is an ultimate crossover of our interests.
It is. Oh, we should watch together.
Yeah, I think I might. There's no way I will keep up with this show because it is daily, but yeah, I might try.
Okay, your turn. If you don't, I'll send you updates.
Yeah.
Wait. Well, I need to know your answer.
Oh, Love Island for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's.
I'm not going to the beach that makes you old. The sun already makes you kind of old.
Exactly. All beaches are the beach that make you old. Okay. My first question is, would you rather never be able to stargaze again, or every date that you go on for the rest of your life has to be a stargazing date?
Wow. I guess it would have to be every date's a stargazing date. I don't want to never look at the stars again.
Interesting.
But I don't want every date to be that. It doesn't always make sense.
Exactly.
But I don't want to trade. This is too hard of a trade. I think it would be sad to never see the stars again, although I hope I don't grow to resent them because I have to always look at them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to go with the date.
Okay. Yeah.
You?
I would never stargaze again. Yeah.
Okay, well, can I switch my answer in 10 years?
You're already married. Like,
yeah.
I'm the one that this really affects.
Okay, this is a question that's going around on the internet right now. Would you rather be alone in the forest with a bear or a man? And you're not there with the bear or with the man, and you don't know. I don't know what kind of bear it is. I don't know what kind of guy this is.
Yes, I've obviously seen this going around on the internet, and I've seen the discourse on this. I've seen the discourse on men's responses to this.
Yes.
I've seen the discourse on that discourse. It's discourse all the way down.
Yes.
And obviously, I think this is not going to be a surprise to anyone. Obviously, I choose bear.
Yeah, me too. And I'm really afraid of bears.
Yeah, I'm not that afraid of bears. I probably should be more afraid of bears, but I'm very afraid of just like the randomly selected man.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's how it goes.
Maybe I can make this more spacey by saying, would you rather be stuck in the forest with the Ursa Major constellation or the Orion constellation?
Ooh. Orion.
Wait, but would you choose bear over man, but Orion over Ursa Major?
Yeah, because I guess I have a story in my head for what Orion's like, and it's less scary than a stranger man.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that internet discourse to Pale Blue
Yes,
Pod.
of course. Had to.
Cool. My next question, this is summer edition of Would You Rather, so I'm thinking of cookouts. Would you rather have breath that always smells like a cookout hot dog, but with all the fixins? I'm talking like the onions, the relish, the mustard, everything. Or would you rather have all your clothes smell like smoke from a beach trash fire?
A trash fire, not a bonfire.
It's a bonfire made from beach trash.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So that smoke
That's
is not
bad.
it's not good smoke.
And I can't buy new clothes. Any clothes I touch.
All of your clothes smell like that. But your breath always smells like hot dog.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That's so frustrating because these are both bad. These are
I
both
know.
really bad.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of, like, will people still want to hang out with me in either scenario? Okay, I think I have to go with breath.
Really?
I know, it sounds
Okay.
bad, but I'm like, what if I wear a mask? And what if everyone smells bad? Like, what if I serve food that makes everyone's breath bad?
So you're going to befriend people by giving them food, but that food will also make them have rancid breath.
Yeah,
So they don't care about yours anymore.
right. We're all equal.
Okay. What a beautiful strategy.
Sabotage.
I go bonfire,
Okay.
actually. Yeah, I grew up always smelling like fire. 'Cause
I
that's
love
how-
smelling like fire.
Yeah.
But I'm
me
afraid
too.
of the trash element. I'm like, is it going to be
Me
like
too.
a chemicals? Like,
Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about that. It's everything is safe. Everything is safe health-wise. But yeah, sometimes there's good trash though. So I think that over time, on average, this bonfire probably smells better than hot dogs. And then I can still get naked, right? Like I
Yes.
can never not have breath, but I
Yes.
can take off my clothes.
that's a great point. That is a good point. All right. Okay, I'm going to skip to my hot dog question. Would you rather eat a hot dog on a graham cracker or a marshmallow on a hot dog bun?
Marshmallow on a hot dog bun.
Okay.
That was immediate. That actually sounds like it could be kind of good.
It does. I guess it's just a fluff sandwich. I guess
Yeah.
when I was writing this one, I was like, this is crazy. Okay, but I did have a backup one to this one, and then we'll end on yours. But speaking of hot dogs, would you rather know exactly how hot dogs are made or exactly what's in the ocean?
Oh, exactly what's in the ocean.
Oh, interesting.
100%.
I'm hot dogs on that one.
I would feel so much more comfortable with the ocean if I knew exactly what was in it.
I never want to know.
And also, I am in life most motivated by the prospect of knowing things, especially when other people don't. And
Fair.
I would love to be able to say, yeah, I know everything that the ocean has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that I would be very scared of, like, even more, like, it's kind of an ignorance is bliss situation for the ocean for me.
But you could finally solve the Meg problem. You could
the
solve
Meg
the
problem,
Kraken
of course.
problem. I mean, depending on how you gain this ability, you could even solve the Loch Ness problem. Like, there's so many things you would know.
And I do love hot dogs, and I don't want them to be ruined
Exactly.
completely. I still wanted the hot dog. Because if I step into the ocean, I don't want to feel scared.
But isn't the whole premise of Pale Blue Pod that if you know more about space, you'll be less afraid of it? So shouldn't that also apply to the ocean?
I knew you would say that. I just knew it. You're not
It's
wrong.
that mock child training.
But maybe
in
I
me.
can't hold both. I can't know about space and the ocean. That's just too much for my little brain. I'm just a girl.
You're just a girl. You're right. You can't know everything.
Just let me eat my hot dogs.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. For this next question, I have a pre-question.
Okay.
What is your hard seltzer of choice?
Ooh, I don't really drink hard seltzers that much. So really, they're all equal in my eye.
Okay, fine.
Is there one I should pick?
No, I just was wondering.
I love Spindrift, and I think Spindrift has a hard seltzer that I've never tried. So we'll just say Spindrift.
Okay, great. Would you rather sweat barbecue sauce
Oh my God.
or cry hard spindrift?
I think it would have to be cry spindrift because the sweating barbecue sauce would stain everything. Mm-hmm. And spindrift is also like, it's not clear because it's the actual fruit in there. So like the raspberry one's like a little pink, like slightly pink. So that would be annoying to cry color. But it's got to be that. It's less weird to cry something than it is to sweat. Like, just be suddenly covered in barbecue sauce.
Yes. Originally, this question was sweat barbecue sauce or cry hot sauce.
Oh, that's so bad for my little eyes.
Exactly. Yeah, I knew that it would be an obvious choice.
Yeah.
For me, somehow, this seemed less obvious.
But I guess if someone never cries, they're like, yeah, I'll cry hot sauce.
See, I cry all the time.
I cry all the time.
Yeah. I am the leakiest person.
I'm crying at anything I'm looking at.
So I think we're both going hard seltzer on that one.
Well, what a summer. After all those, we're going to try seltzer. We're going to never stargaze again. We're going to...
Well, it's a good thing we don't live our lives based on a would you rather game.
That's going to be a scary movie in a minute, I'm sure. Okay, listeners, wherever you eat your hot dogs on whatever you eat them on, please remember that you are space.
You are. Sounds tasty. Pale Blue Pod was created by Moiya McTier and Corinne Caputo with help from the Multitude Productions team. Our theme music is by Evan Johnston and our cover art is by Shay McMullen. Our audio editing is handled by the incomparable Misha Stanton.
Stay in touch with us and the universe by following @PaleBluePod on Twitter and Instagram, or check out our website, palebluepod.com. We're a member of Multitude, an independent podcast collective and production studio. If you like Pale Blue Pod, you will love the other shows that live on our website at multitude.productions.
If you want to support Pale Blue Pod financially, join our community over at patreon.com/palebluepod. For just about $1 per episode, you get a shout out on one of our shows and access to director's commentary for each episode. The very best way, though, to help Pale Blue Pod grow is to share it with your friends. So send this episode, this link, to one person who you think will like it, and we will appreciate you for forever.
Thanks for listening to Pale Blue Pod. You'll hear us again next week.
Bye.